Every time a large motor starts incorrectly, one of three things happens. The supply voltage collapses and every machine on the same bus malfunctions. The motor windings take an electromagnetic stress hit that slowly destroys their insulation over hundreds of starts. Or the driven equipment receives a violent mechanical torque jerk that cracks couplings, bends shafts, and destroys gearboxes. All three of these failures are happening in factories right now because the wrong starting method was selected at the time of installation. And they will keep happening until someone replaces the starter. There are exactly 4 ways to start a 3-phase induction motor: direct online, or star delta, or soft starter, or variable frequency drive. Each one costs a completely different amount. Each one treats the motor completely differently at startup. Each one is the right answer for certain loads and the completely wrong answer for others. In this video, we are going to understand exactly how each method works, what it does to current and torque at every moment of starting, and give you the exact 5-question framework for choosing the correct one for any motor you will ever work with. Let us begin. Every starting method in this video exists to solve one problem: the inrush current spike that occurs when a large induction motor is connected directly to full voltage. At the moment of starting, the rotor is stationary. The rotating magnetic field of the stator sweeps past stationary rotor conductors at full synchronous speed. The motor behaves like a short-circuit transformer at this instant. The only limit on current is the low impedance of the stator windings. For this reason, the startup current is typically 6 to 8 times the full load running current. For a 50 horsepower motor at 480 volts, with a full load current of 60 amperes, this means a startup current of 360 to 480 amperes lasting 2 to 8 seconds. This spike causes 3 serious problems simultaneously, as I mentioned earlier. Every starting method we are about to examine is an engineering attempt to reduce or eliminate these 3 problems. Each one achieves this through a different mechanism with a different cost and a different set of limitations. Let us go through them in order of complexity and cost. The first method is direct online starting, which is the simplest possible starting method. One contactor closes and connects the motor directly to full 480-volt 3-phase supply simultaneously on all 3 phases. The motor receives full voltage from the first millisecond of starting. No reduction. No ramp, no transition. Full voltage immediately. The result is exactly what the physics predicts. Starting current spikes immediately to 6 to 8 times full load current. For the 50 horsepower motor, this is 360 to 480 amperes. This current flows through the supply cables, through the motor windings, and through every piece of electrical infrastructure between the supply, transformer, and the motor for the entire acceleration period. The voltage across the supply bus drops during this period. Fluorescent lights flicker, computer screens dim. Sensitive control equipment may trip on undervoltage. Starting torque in DOL is 150 to 200% of full load torque. This is the highest starting torque of any starting method. For loads that need maximum breakaway torque, a loaded conveyor that must start under full load, a reciprocating compressor that cannot be unloaded at start, DOL is actually the correct choice, despite its current spike, because no other passive starting method delivers this much starting torque. DOL starting is acceptable for motors below approximately 10 horsepower on a 480-volt supply, where the startup current spike is small relative to the supply capacity. For larger motors on shared supply buses, DOL is only used when the supply is strong enough to absorb the voltage dip without affecting other equipment. Cost is minimal. 1 contactor, 1 overload relay, 1 set of fuses. The entire starter fits in a small enclosure and takes less than an hour to commission. The second method is star delta starter. It reduces the startup current to exactly 1/3 of the DOL value. It achieves this through one change in how the motor windings are connected, and it uses 0 electronic components to do it. At startup, the 3 motor windings are connected in star. Each winding receives phase voltage of 277 volts instead of the full line voltage of 480 volts. Voltage is reduced by a factor of √3. Current through each winding is therefore also reduced by √3, but the line current is the winding current, directly in star connection with no √3 multiplier. In delta running, the line current is winding current times √3. The combined effect gives line current in star equals line current in delta divided by 3, exactly 1/3. For the 50 horsepower motor, The starting current is 360 to 480 divided by 3, which equals 120 to 160 amperes. A significant improvement over DOL. After a timer period of typically 5 to 15 seconds, the contactors switch the windings from star to delta. The motor receives a full 480 volts per winding and accelerates to its rated speed of 1,750 RPM. But here is the critical limitation that causes star delta to fail on the wrong loads. Torque is proportional to voltage squared. Voltage reduced by √3 means torque reduced by √3 squared, which equals 3. Starting torque in star is exactly 1/3 of DOL starting torque. For the 50 horsepower motor, DOL starting torque might be 180% of rated torque. Star delta starting torque is only 60% of rated torque. If the connected load requires more than 60% of rated torque to begin moving, the motor cannot accelerate during the star period. When the timer forces the transition to delta, the motor is still nearly stationary, and the current spike during transition approaches the full DOL value, defeating the entire purpose of the starter. Star delta works correctly only for loads that can accelerate under reduced torque. Centrifugal pumps, centrifugal fans, and unloaded compressors are ideal because they need very little torque at low speed. Star delta is the wrong choice for loaded conveyors and positive displacement pumps, at full back pressure and any load that cannot move freely from standstill. Now let's come to the soft starter and the variable frequency drive. Both are electronic starting methods. Both reduce motor current during starting more smoothly and more controllably than any passive method. But they work through completely different mechanisms and offer completely different capabilities. Understanding this difference is the most important decision point in motor starter selection. A soft starter uses thyristors, silicon-controlled rectifiers, connected in series with the motor supply. At startup, the thyristors are fired at a controlled angle that reduces the effective voltage applied to the motor. The voltage ramps up gradually from a low starting value to full 480 volts, over a programmable time period of typically 3 to 30 seconds. The motor accelerates smoothly without any sudden voltage step. Starting current can be limited to 2 to 4 times full load current instead of 6 to 8 times. For the 50 horsepower motor, this means a starting current of 120 to 240 amperes instead of 360 to 480 amperes. The critical point about a soft starter is this: it only controls voltage during the starting and stopping period. Once the motor reaches full speed, the thyristors conduct fully and the soft starter passes full voltage to the motor. During running, the soft starter is electrically transparent. The motor runs at its fixed nameplate speed of 1,750 RPM. For this reason, a soft starter cannot control motor speed during running. It is a starting and stopping device only. Starting torque with a soft starter is adjustable and typically set between 50 and 150% of rated torque depending on the load requirement. The mechanical jerk is eliminated because voltage ramps smoothly. For loads with long pipelines, large water pumps, fire pumps, and HVAC chilled water pumps, the soft starter can be programmed to ramp up slowly enough to prevent water hammering in the pipe system. This is one of the most valuable features of soft starting for pump applications. Now the last method is variable frequency drive. It works through an entirely different mechanism. The VFD first rectifies the incoming 480 volt AC to DC. It then inverts this DC back to AC at a precisely controlled frequency and voltage, using insulated gate bipolar transistors switching at high frequency. By varying the output frequency from 0 Hz up to 60 Hz and varying the output voltage proportionally, the VFD can control the motor speed at any point from 0 to full speed continuously. At startup, the VFD begins at near zero frequency and ramps up smoothly to 60 Hz. Because the frequency is controlled, the motor always operates near its synchronous speed for the current frequency. Slip remains low throughout acceleration. For this reason, starting current never exceeds 100 to 150% of full load current, even during initial startup from zero speed. For the 50 horsepower motor, this means a starting current of 60 to 90 amperes. Compared to 360 to 480 amperes with DOL, the supply bus sees almost no disturbance at all. But the VFD offers something no other starting method provides: continuous variable speed control during running. A centrifugal pump running at 80% of full speed consumes only 51% of full speed power. because pump power is proportional to speed cubed. For a 50 horsepower motor running 20 hours per day at 80% speed, the energy saving compared to running at full speed is approximately 18.2 kilowatts continuously, equivalent to saving over 132,860 kilowatt hours per year. At an average industrial electricity rate of 10 cents per kilowatt hour, this is $13,286 per year in energy savings from one motor. The VFD pays for itself in energy savings alone within 8 months in many industrial applications. We have now covered all 4 methods. Let us compare them directly and then give you the 5 questions that determine the correct choice for any motor application. For starting current, direct online is the worst. It draws 6 to 8 times full load current, 360 to 480 amperes for a 50 horsepower motor, with no reduction whatsoever. Star Delta reduces startup current to exactly 1/3, 120 to 160 amperes. The Soft Starter reduces it further to 2 to 4 times full load, 120 to 240 amperes, and the ramp is smooth with no step. The variable frequency drive is the best of all 4. It never exceeds 1 to 1.5 times full load current during any part of the start. 60 to 90 amperes for the same 50 horsepower motor. The supply bus sees almost no disturbance at all. On starting torque, the situation reverses completely. Direct online delivers the highest starting torque, 150 to 200% of rated torque, because full voltage is applied immediately. Star Delta delivers only 60% of rated torque, because voltage and therefore torque are both reduced to 1/3. This is the critical limitation that makes Star Delta wrong for loaded conveyors and positive displacement pumps. The Soft Starter delivers adjustable torque between 50 and 150%, depending on how the ramp is programmed. The variable frequency drive delivers full rated torque at any speed from 0 upward. In such a condition, the VFD is the only method that gives low starting current and high starting torque simultaneously. On speed control during running, direct online gives a fixed speed of 1,750 RPM. Star Delta gives the same fixed speed. The Soft Starter also gives the same fixed speed once the motor reaches full voltage. The variable frequency drive is the only method that controls motor speed continuously from 0 to full speed during running. This is the single most important distinction between Soft Starter and VFD. Many engineers confuse them. A Soft Starter is a starting device. A VFD is a speed control device that also provides excellent starting. On mechanical stress, direct online and Star Delta both produce violent torque jerks that damage couplings and driven equipment over time. Direct online jerks at startup. Star Delta jerks twice, once at start and once at the transition from Star to Delta. The Soft Starter and VFD both ramp smoothly and produce 0 mechanical jerk in either direction. On cost, direct online is cheapest at approximately $200 for a 50 horsepower installation. Star Delta is approximately $800. Soft Starter is approximately $3,000. Variable frequency drive is approximately $8,000. But for variable flow applications like centrifugal pumps and fans, the VFD saves energy by running the motor at reduced speed. A centrifugal pump running at 80% of full speed uses only 51% of full speed power, because power is proportional to speed cubed. For a 50 horsepower motor running at 80% speed 20 hours per day, the annual energy saving is approximately $13,286. The VFD pays for itself in energy savings alone within 8 months. Now the 5-question decision framework. Ask these 5 questions in order for every motor starter selection. Question 1. Can the load accelerate under reduced torque? If the answer is no, then the only options are direct online or variable frequency drive. Star Delta and Soft Starter at low torque setting will both fail to start the load. Question 2. Is variable speed control needed during running? If yes, the answer is always variable frequency drive. No other method provides speed control. Question 3. Is the supply sensitive to voltage dips during starting? If answer is yes, then Star Delta is not enough. Soft Starter or variable frequency drive is required. Question 4. Does the load involve long pipelines with water hammer risk? If yes, the Soft Starter is preferred because its ramp can be tuned precisely to the rate the pipeline can handle. Question 5. Does the motor run at variable load and does the energy saving justify the investment? If yes, the variable frequency drive pays back from energy saving alone in most applications within 1 to 2 years. Ask the questions. Select the correct method. The motor will run reliably for 30 years. If you are curious to learn why things are the way they are, subscribe to Zenthal Code and keep discovering.